Welcome to the spoilers section here. We're going to talk about fucking everything. So if you haven't seen the movie, get out of here. Go see the movie. I'm surprised the movie was not spoiled for me. I guess in this sense, we need to talk about this. If there's one thing that you could give DC is it takes risks. Yeah. There wasn't really any risks here.
No.
They didn't take risks. There was no big twist. There was one twist, and we'll talk about it in a second, but no big risks. But the thing is, DC's doing risks that we don't like and turn out not to pay off, right? And Marvel is playing it safe, but yet still giving you an extremely satisfying experience. So the first twist, I guess we could talk about it, is ultimately it's about Winter Soldier and the program that he was in. This one guy, obviously Zemo's able to come in, reprogram him, and have him fuck shit up and tear the Avengers apart, manipulating Steve Rogers in order to fight, for his friend, of course, coming into conflict with Tony Stark. But he makes it, he's also after the location of 5 more Winter Soldiers. And they do a small little scene of how badass these guys are, that they're even stronger than the Winter Soldier that we have now. And so I was a little excited about this battle between potentially the Avengers, or maybe just the 3, Winter Soldier, Tony Stark, and Captain America, who went into the location after Zemo. But it turns out Zemo shot them all in the head. That was the twist. And he went over there to just shoot them all. And the twist was basically that the whole goal is to just have the Avengers kill each other. And he shows Tony Stark an image of Bucky as Winter Soldier killing not only his father, but also his mother. And they didn't really show that one. He was just saying, the camera pans up and it's on his face as he chokes his mother out. Kills his mom. And Tony's like,
the fuck, dude?
I'm going after him.
And then he's like, well, you find out, it's like Captain America is like, did you know about this? He's like,
ooh, that wasn't even, that was too. So
I didn't know it was him.
It looked like,
yes.
It looked like maybe he could maintain his composure, or maybe Captain America could hold him back, but Captain America loses his moral ground and his moral standing because he withheld it from Tony, and that was the wrong choice to make. And that's when Tony goes berserk, and he actually tries to motherfucking murder and kill the Winter Soldier, his friend. And so that was a much more high-stakes fight.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a lot higher.
Why? And why?
Because it was
these are characters.
It was one of those fights where you care about them, and honestly, I thought at least one of them was going to die.
Yeah.
They were trying to murder the shit out of each other, back and forth, like ripping out Tony's thing. Tony trying to chest blast. I forget what it was called. The
Omni Beam.
The Omni Beam straight up on the Winter
And not
Soldier.
only that, but just his normal pulses he was trying to kill. And Jesus Christ,
there was so much violence.
It was intense.
Yeah.
It was intense, and that final fight was pretty good. And I think it would have been better than some generic fight with Zemo or some sort of other, storyline.
For sure. Usually you're rooting for the good guy, but in this case, they're both good guys. You're like, oh shit, what the fuck? Guys, you need to stop.
They did a great job of setting up both sides, and you don't know who is truly right. They're both right, and they're both kind of wrong. And, Captain America is nonstop right.
He's right. I'm on his side. I'm still on his side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm still on Captain America's side too. Tony's turning into this corporate asshole. You guys know how I don't really like corporate too much. Now he's a lackey of this general.
Don't know his name.
Yeah, he puts him on hold, but whatever. You're still his bitch.
Nobody lives.
So, anyways, that's a spoiler. But we need to talk about the new characters that come in. Spider-Man, but let's hold and let's talk about Black Panther. So easily one of the best character introductions ever. He bursts onto the scene. He starts fighting the Winter Soldier, where the Winter Soldier is kicking everybody's ass.
Yep.
Black Panther comes in, is his equal, and possibly a little bit stronger than Winter Soldier. It's just Winter Soldier manages to escape through other shit happening, and a helicopter comes around, just blows him away with a Gatling gun.
Like 50 cals and stuff, and he just
doesn't even phase him.
He shrugs it off. He's in vibranium armor. He don't give a shit about anything.
Is it vibranium?
It's vibranium armor.
It's
whole
like
armor.
Shit, that's right. He is entirely vibranium. He's got vibranium claws, and
Yep.
here's Winter Soldier. You got a little arm, your little vibranium arm.
Well-
and Captain America has a vibranium shield, but no, Black Panther is full vibranium because his country, Wakanda,
makes it.
It makes it. So
Yeah.
of course he's gonna have full vibranium. There were two things in the film that I want to talk about and see if you thought was stupid, and these I wanted to save for the spoilers discussion. Only two things that didn't make sense were in Batman vs Superman. None of the fucking shit made sense. It's like, Superman, why can't you hear your mom? You can hear Lois from across the planet. And anyway,
Yeah,
so here are the two things in this film that made me go, what? Oh, come on. First, the way Zemo manages to turn Winter Soldier bad again is that he uses pre-programmed words. Like, what were the words?
It was freight car.
Freight
car. One. And what were the other ones?
Door.
Screen cellar
Something.
door. I don't know.
Rhinoceros. Nuclear bombs.
Okay, but I'm just kidding. So basically, he goes crazy.
Mongoose.
And so I believe that Zemo, through planning and obsession and high intelligence, is able to pose as this person, get in here, and get time to talk to him. I believe that he can set up an EMP bomb somewhere outside the headquarters where all the things go down. I don't believe that the Avengers headquarters or this particular headquarters doesn't have a backup power generator
Oh,
of any
yeah,
kind.
for sure.
I don't believe, but that's not, I just thought of that now. But, so after shit goes AWire, and the scene is resolved where Captain and Bucky both get captured ultimately in the end. Zemo is able to just walk free. And he's not only that, but he's able to go to the airport and get on a plane to Moscow. It's like, what the fuck? Clearly, you know that guy that was interviewing the Winter Soldier, the person that fucking escaped, is shady as fuck or the bad guy. And they didn't revoke his visa. They didn't revoke his passport.
Like everybody.
Right.
I want everybody.
I want everybody on fucking lockdown in this whole
Yes.
country. Because Winter Soldier will not leave. Well, they captured him. But still, it's like they forgot about that guy. So that was one little kind of loose end mess up that maybe is in a, maybe on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
How they kind of explain that. And finally, the second one was, what was the second one? Oh, yeah, Tony Stark. So when Winter Soldier gets out, everybody's ready to fight. But Tony's like, I didn't bring my suit. It's like, what? Did you see, Tony? Did you see Iron Man 3 where now he can get his suit pretty much everywhere from a fucking brain, fucking suitcase, fucking everything. But in this case, it comes from his watch and he can just do one hand thing. But I think that was out of necessity. I think they were just trying to create a good fight.
A more dramatic situation.
A more dramatic situation.
But I mean, honestly, the other thing it goes back to Black Panther or whatever. He was in Winter Soldier mode, and he's a much better fighter when he's in straight up just kill everybody mode.
Yeah.
I noticed. Like when he's just Bucky fights.
That's right.
He
Bucky
fights so weakly when he's Bucky.
Yeah,
and then when he's in like Super Soldier mode, he straight up fight 20 dudes.
Well, until you piss Bucky off, because when Bucky was fighting when Bucky was fighing Iron Man there towards the end,
He was like ripping out his chest.
that was, he was starting to get some of his soldier back. But yeah, so there's that. And what else?
Not much that we didn't like. Everything
So that's enough for Black Panther.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But let's talk about
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, the huge debut. This was super exciting that Sony allowed Marvel to grab a hold of, well, there's already signing going on, grab a hold of Spider-Man, and super happy, and I didn't like him.
They made him too young. That's the problem.
Does everybody hate me now? Because I didn't like Spider-Man?
No, he sucked. It's cool.
You agree with me
He
that
sucked,
it's...
yeah.
I don't know if he sucked.
He
I'm not
sucks
going to say
on his
that.
own.
No.
He'll suck on his own.
I
That's what I'll
don't
say.
like...
No, I'm on the fence, but for this one, they made him too young. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Made him too young. I liked him in this role.
Yeah.
In this situation, in this Marvel movie, it was perfect. Tony comes over and manipulates him because he's too young. And makes him believe, he's a crime fighter. He's like, stop in the name of the law. I'll read your rights. And he's super funny. The jokes are on point. just like Spider-Man should be. He should be bantering and talking the whole time, like Deadpool with the mouth. As he's fighting, they're like, honestly, you don't really talk this much while you fight. He's like, oh, sorry. So it's fantastic. That was all great. The suit is cool. The special effects are cool. His power level is appropriate. He's obviously super strong. Yep. Probably not quite on the strength level of Captain America. If you see at a certain point, Captain America was getting enough of his shit. And he fucking, did this sick-ass fucking flip and kick. Oh, man, it was just so good. The fights in it so good. But I hate this new young Aunt May. There's this little hottie aunt that Tony Stark hits on for half the movie. No, I'm just playing. It's not half the movie, but it's incredibly awkward. He's too young. His aunt is definitely too young, too hot, too beautiful, and you already see that they're gonna tell the same fucking story over. Why? Again. What is he concerned with?
He doesn't want to get in trouble with his aunt. And so you see this in a lot of previous movies.
I'm so tired of Spider-Man movies doing
so bad.
Don't tell my aunt.
I'll do anything.
I'll do anything.
Just don't tell her. World's ending, but this priority.
And now Tony is a huge part of Spider-Man's life. I don't really know if I like that so much. I kind of like Spider-Man doing his own fucking thing. Yeah. But now it's almost like Tony's like almost like a father figure for him a little bit because he looks up to him. Maybe not quite that far, but I was disappointed by Spider-Man's potential for his spin-off. I think he did a great job here. Do not mix my words up. I think Spider-Man was awesome in this film, but I don't care about his movie. No, I mean, they had rumors for like Vulture as a villain.
Vulture's gonna be Bruce Willis. That's what I heard.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I heard it was somebody else, not Bruce Willis. You threw me way off with that, with Bruce Willis. Yeah, so Spider-Man a little disappointing. Let's talk about Ant-Man. Ant-Man did a fucking great... Did we talk about Ant-Man already?
No, we did
not. So Ant-Man was fucking a perfect counter for Tony.
He was so good.
They're both so sarcastic and funny.
He's just... You laugh whenever he's on screen in that movie. And his lines were perfect, and his role was perfect. And it was just ridiculousness that fits the character, and I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it, because nobody knew who he was. And then when they were in prison, he's like... they told me never trust a Stark. Like... Who is this guy?
Who is this? Like, well, this guy fucked your suit up. Basically, he went super small, started smashing it up. He's like, I think you're gonna need to take this to the shop. Yeah. That was super funny. And then Tony flushed him out with the fire extinguisher.
He's like, who's talking? Your conscience. I haven't spoken in a while.
I haven't spoken to you in a while. It's been a while. Perfect. So, God, man, fantastic film. Just an excellent film.
Overall, great movie.
The villain actually wins in the end. The team is ripped apart. They're kind of doing their separate things. You still have basically Captain America, who is a wanted criminal now, and his team is wanted criminals by the government. No, this movie doesn't wrap up nice and neat, but it does wrap up with 2 post-credit scenes. You have one which is a resolution for Winter Soldier, which, surprisingly, what's the resolution for Winter Soldier, Joe?
We're going to put him to sleep.
Just says, fuck this. Yeah, no. Almost like he's taken out of the Marvel Universe, pretty much. Why does he want to go?
Because they're going to fuck with his brain again. He doesn't want to get influenced. Yep. So they just put him in deep sleep.
They don't, Joe.
He does it himself.
Yeah,
they pretty much.
Steve Rogers.
He does it himself. He says, "Look, like I don't want this to happen anymore, so I'm just gonna go under until you guys can figure out how to get this stuff out of my brain." And it's a difficult choice, obviously, because Captain America fought for him all movie long, but at least he saved his life, and that was the right thing to do.
It was.
That's what Superman would do. That's what Captain America would do.
It's too bad he'll never do it.
So I'm happy they didn't try to do the whole Bucky taking over for Captain America. I was really worried about that. That's why I'm kind of happy Bucky's leaving. Like, get out of away. Even though I love the Winter Soldier character, I think he's really fucking cool. And, like, I want his action figure, and I wouldn't mind being Winter Soldier, buff and badass and rugged looking and muscular. But just go away, because it's Captain America, and I want Chris Evans to stay, and I don't want Chris Evans to leave, because there's no better Captain America than Chris Evans. It's just fantastic, and for all this movie had on his shoulders, it's amazing. So anyway, they put him to sleep. But where do they put him to sleep? Because they got no advanced facility. Well, Captain America is using the facilities of Wakanda over there with Black Panther, And he's like, if they figure out he's here, they're coming for him. And he's like, let them try, And he's got badass advanced facilities. And he's just got so much of that vibranium that there's like a vibranium lion or panther there. Just like this gigantic, incredible waste of that metal. But it just shows you how much fucking vibranium
it's a secret
he
hiding
probably has.
spot.
Exactly. No, it's just huge. Exactly. You can see that thing from space. You're like, what the fuck is that shiny?
Nobody will know.
No, it's not that big, but yeah. So I guess they set up Black Panther, and I'm like, okay, I kind of want to, maybe a little something having to do with Thanos up in here. Nope. So then we stay through the credits, which I don't mind this little ritual. I kind of like seeing these post-credit scenes. I think that they should move them not from the end of the credits to the middle of the credits, and then before the credits and the middle of the credits. This is before the credits and at the end of the credits, because the payoff here wasn't very good. It was just Spider-Man. So at the end of the credits, it's Spider-Man. He's back home. He's talking about how he fought Steve Rogers, but he's using it, he's skirting the issue, right? He's like some kid from Brooklyn, and I got some good shots in there. And then there was this one really big bully guy who's Ant-Man who grew to a massive size. And
so what's up with that? Like, he's got his little wrist thing. It gets projected
scratching
up there. No, it gets projected. So are they calling him to duty, or what is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I was confused by that. I think maybe they're trying to give Spider-Man the more advanced tech suit that Tony builds him in the comics. Yeah. Maybe. Or maybe he's just saying thank you and giving him the logo, giving him his Spider-Man identity. I don't really like that where Tony's so tied to him. But I thought, Joe, you were actually making a subtle reference to something that he said. He's like, it's so itchy. Now, I kind of want that to be where it's not the mechanical one. I want it to be where he could just start shooting webs, like that, which he's done in the comics before. Maybe we have yet to see the full evolution of Spider-Man getting all of his abilities. Obviously, he's already wall crawling and super strength, but maybe in the movie they'll expand on this itchiness. We'll see. But yeah, cool. That's our opinion on Captain America: Civil War. Go out and see it immediately. It's fucking awesome. Again.
See it again.
Yeah. And so cool. Leave your comments in the section if there's anything that we missed. There's so much to talk about. There was the touching relationship between Tony and War Machine, where dude is pretty much paralyzed now. And just like Captain America and Bucky have a friendship, obviously you got the friendship on the other side, and he's paralyzed. So, but of course it's Tony, so it doesn't matter. Boom, your legs work again.
He's like,
Yeah. It should be interesting to see what happens in the Marvel Universe here going forward. The only thing that's starting to worry me is you're starting to get so many characters now. So many characters. They cannot keep putting in all these characters into every single film.
Watch them try.
At least
doing pretty well.
Yeah. At least they're somehow convincing their actors to continue doing them, unlike DC.
Yeah. The Infinity War, holy fucking shit. This is going to be packed. When you're introducing Doctor Strange, maybe one of his sidekicks. Everyone! Alright, guys. We'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye.